reach and dip it into the sexy St. Jeff candle. No Buffs is back. I'm J.E. Skeets here in the Classic Factory, along with my fellow tribe members, 3 people who have game eyes as well as real life eyes. Nora, Trey, and JD. What's up, everybody?
Do you know how to smize? Where you smile with your eyes. Shout out to
Smize
America's
away.
Next Top Model.
I learned from Tyra many
That's
years.
right. ANTM.
We are here to recap episode 4 of Survivor 48, titled The House Party's Over. Before we do that, huge shout out to everybody joining us live right now on YouTube. Love the live tribe. Take a second, smash the like button, and if you haven't, make sure you subscribe. Podcast listeners, we love you too. We love you. Leave us a 5-star rating and review. Help us out in terms of the rankings. Should we jump right into it?
Let's do it.
Tough one for you, TK, losing your boy.
Aww.
Your pick in Thomas. But what an episode.
Fun episode. Great gameplay all around. Fun tribe swap. Hate it had to be Thomas. You know, a lot of people are sad.
I know.
Everybody's saying we're going to miss his one-liners. We are. But the way it went down, thrilling.
Yeah, there's not a lot of tension in here, seeing as it was JD's
Yikes.
winner pick in Camilla, your winner pick in Kyle, taking out
I'm sorry.
TK's
I
Thomas.
didn't-
I'm sorry.
Oh, wow. Savage.
Damn. You sound like Thomas with that cutting line back.
Oh, come on. That's our girl, our Canadian girl.
That's true. She's repping
Great.
hard for
She's
us.
great.
I saw someone on Twitter calling her Chamillionaire. I'm into it.
I like it. I
Okay.
like it. All right, well, let's get into the episode scene by scene. We start day 8. We're starting the morning after the last tribal council. Cold and wet. They had a rough night.
Yuck.
Weather looked brutal. Yeah, they showed, was it Cedric's hands?
Oh,
Oh, mad pruny.
hate that.
Quite pretty.
Oh, God.
That's a particular ick of mine.
Yeah, that'd be rough out there. Cedric and Sai, they decide, hey, we need to search for that idol that we know is still out here or is back out here on this island. But we better leave Mary a note. What? I understand that Cedric at the last tribal council was like, hey, you two, cut it out. No more like going at each other. If I'm gonna keep you, Sai, over Justin, then you guys got to work together. I guess that includes like leaving. I'm out right now. Be right back. Notes.
Yeah.
For
Check
the
it
other
in.
person. Yeah. So they wrote. How long did this take? I don't know, but wrote in sticks. Mary on idol hunt.
Yes, Mary, comma, on Idol.
Was there
Hunt.
a comma? I missed the comma.
I mean, I think that's how you would
That's
phrase
proper.
it.
Yeah, yeah. I did. Was there a little tiny stick for
We'll
the comma?
have to go back to the replay.
Yeah, check the
Anyway, so they let Mary know. And then Mary talks about wanting to work with Sai instead of working against her. And this is what we were like talking about last episode. Is there any possibility that these two who've been at it all season long could maybe work together, band together? So they both talk about that. Which also means, because Sai says something like Mary really comforted her. Mm-hmm. So did that mean they cut out a lot from that tribal council when it was like very long, a lot of revotes and all that? Like maybe took out Mary's actually sort of saying stuff, possibly, right?
I believe it was almost over 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's
So
what they're
they
saying.
had to chop it down to whatever
Right.
we got. So I would imagine that there was some more emotional moments. And Mary seems like just an all-around great person. So
Yeah.
I could see her being like supportive to her in those moments.
Yeah. So here we are with them right now. Obviously, we're going to get a tribe swap, and that's sort of like a little bit, thrown out of the window. But they were always worried about what the boys were going to do, and now it's these two at least talking through, hey, we're in control, in theory, with this tribe of 3 at this point.
Cedric did it, man. He got him on the same page. That's all he wanted. That and a pizza in a month.
Enemies
So
to
big win for
friends.
him.
Yeah, JD, any thoughts on our opening scene here?
Yeah, I'm with you. The fingers, the suffering, I never loved this on Survivor. I mean, I do to a point, but so soggy and
They have nothing either. They have no
nothing.
tarp.
Exactly.
I mean, we
yeah.
see their camp later on. It's
Yeah.
like, Mary has to apologize to the other people going back to Vula. Like,
It's truly
it's
abysmal.
bad.
Yeah.
Like so bad that if I was the new Vula and coming into the challenge after spending a night at that camp, I'd be like, fuck you. You know what? The apology, not enough.
Yeah.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Because, like, what a disaster.
But they didn't win anything either. I mean, no tools, no tarps,
Yeah,
no nothing.
okay.
They never won anything.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
But, it was rough for them. Yes, and Cedric, all he did was basically, unite them against him, which is just, it's
gameplay.
perfect. It's a perfect end for Cedric if that's indeed what happens.
Right. But we go to a tribe swap. Before that, though, Cedric does give a bit of a TED talk to the other tribes about how hard it is to vote people out. I thought that was very funny. Like, you guys have no idea.
Don't know what I've
You
been
haven't
through.
even played Survivor yet, and he's right. Like
He's like back from the trenches, World War One. You got no idea what's out there.
You don't know what I've seen.
1,000-yard stare.
Totally. And this is where Jeff says, all right, everybody drop your buffs. We are switching tribes. And we knew this from the preview at the end of last episode. Vula, pumped. Hell yeah.
Yes!
How could you not be? We're talking Cedric, we're talking Sai, we're talking Mary. Can't say the same for the other tribes.
No.
Who are like, oh, God. Especially Eva, who does not deal well with change, she sort of tells us. And they show like a couple close-ups of her rubbing her hands. And she's concerned about losing Joe. So, yeah. Everybody else not as pumped about the tribe swap.
No.
But, yeah. Vula is.
Well,
Especially even got the hell off that beach.
Yeah.
I'd be just like Mary, doing my little dance, throwing my buff in the air. Get me out of here.
Before we get to the actual new tribes, Thomas, I guess in a confessional, he lets us know all about Logi, right? His, current purple tribe. Star has no idol,
Somehow.
thus no vote. Yes. So, wow. He has a secret advantage, and Bianca has no vote. But then, like, as he says to us, like, oh, man, now I got to do this all over again.
Yeah.
Start all over.
It's like, oh, God.
Yeah.
I just put all that work in for a week to learn all this information, to know where the alliances are. I have the California girls, but now it's going to be all blown up. Though he'll stick with the California girls,
Somehow
which
again.
is pretty crazy. So, yeah, our new tribes, pretty evenly divided. This was good. Orange, Siva is now Sai, Cedric, Mitch, Chrissy, and Bianca. So she's sort of the odd one out there with the 2-2 and then 1. Green, Vula, is Joe, Shaheen, and Thomas, so the California girls. Kamilla and Kyle. And we'll get into this tribe a lot more as this one goes on. And then purple, new purple, Logi, it's David, and then 4 girls, it's Charity, Eva, Star, and Mary. But were you happy with when it was like pulled that these were the tribes and it was evenly distributed for the most part?
Yeah, I didn't have any. I mean, I was hoping the California girls would split just for more interesting gameplay. The fact that they were all in a big chunk together, I didn't love that, especially because Kyle is my winner. And I was like, ooh, I don't know if I like these odds of these 3 kind of dominant players all together. Obviously, it did play out in Kyle's favor.
And they had some weapons to play with.
Yes, I
which
did know
they
that.
used to their advantage. Yeah, well, your initial reaction to the tribe swap.
I was feeling good for Thomas. I was like, 3-on-2, suckers.
I know.
I know.
So was I.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, they're looking good. Also, it looked like they were quite confident when they came into the challenge. Like, we're gonna win. Just watch this. We're reverse the curse, but apparently too strong. But yeah, I thought this was like an awesome tribe swap. Like, there wasn't a tribe that was overloaded, like 4-on-1, where you're just gonna gang up on somebody. It feels like everybody had a chance going forward with maybe who they had previously, prior to the swap, and who they were meeting in their new groups. Like, I just thought it worked out pretty well, how everybody got mixed up. It felt like a real mix-up, not like we're going to put a few people here, a few people there. It was good.
Yeah. Do you agree with TK, JD, though, that, like, were you thinking, wow, Thomas, this is perfect for him?
Oh, I was so scared for Camila. I mean, my winner pick.
Yeah.
And yeah, exactly as Trey said, like, you got the California girls. It seems insurmountable, but then you remember there's the advantages in play.
Yeah.
And also,
But you just also don't think they're going to lose.
well, exactly.
Because they are a pretty stacked team.
Yeah.
They're good. Thomas is good on puzzles.
Yeah.
Camilla's
Camilla-
good on puzzles. Like,
Yeah.
it looked like they were going to be fine. They did solve their puzzle first. They put some brown on the outside. That was a problem.
yeah.
But they found the other way to do it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The alternate way.
Some would argue that's still a win.
And I know, I mean, we're jumping ahead, but I think it was an oversight to not include Camilla in the actual building
Yeah.
of the temple puzzle.
Don't understand
like,
it.
she was the shot caller and, like, even got up on, I guess
she's
it was
so petite. She had to
Shaheen's
get on his
shoulders. But, like,
shoulders.
this is, like, if obviously, I mean, it was, like, proven true. Like, you got to be out there touching them and moving them, I think.
Right.
I
And
think
a little
that's
more
the
difficult.
only way to problem solve it as well, which is
Yeah.
what when we were watching it live, I was like, part of the challenge is she wasn't really there building it, and the people who are building it are looking to her for direction. So then when you have to problem solve it, it's difficult to do when you're not as engaged in the build.
And it's a 4-sided puzzle.
Yeah, she can't see it.
And she had to stay on the mat.
I don't think,
well,
he
right?
can't walk around with her on his shoulder.
Don't mind me.
Throws her over to Probst. Yeah, catch, Jeff.
Yeah.
See it from this side. No, yeah, like so that was a huge oversight, and I mean they even talked about it, like we probably should have had you out there. Maybe we could. Anyway, so let's go to the new teams here, the new tribes. New Logi, that's purple. Day 8. Mary shows up to the new camp. This place is amazing. Yeah. She's like, this is amazing, like an incredible place. And then Eva, she's concerned that the new tribe is generally all women, it's all girls, but she connects with David over stand-up jet skis.
So random.
And they are both so into these jet skis.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was excited. He's like, I've already talked to people about my nipples. I've already talked to people about stand-up paddle boards. But guess what?
Guess what?
I can run back my chocolate milk bit, and I got somebody to talk to about jet skis. Things are perfect here. I liked David in this episode.
yeah.
People are coming to him and talking to him, and he seems to be able to bond with pretty much everybody. And, he was feeling comfortable and confident. David and the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
that's right.
They pulled it out.
And then Eva wastes what appears to be no time. Quote, I'm basically quoting her here, offering up Star on a silver platter to the rest of the tribe. And so she's telling them about, well, Star was sort of on the outs and she's got the beware advantage and doesn't have the idol right now, but all this. And it was like, oh, this can sometimes blow up in your face being that aggressive to bury someone.
Judging by the reaction of some of the people in her new tribe, I think they cut to Charity and Mary just kind of like bug-eyed when she was saying this. May have been a bit of a social blunder for her to do that in that way so quickly.
Yeah.
Obviously makes these new people question, okay, where are your loyalties? This person you've spent 9 days with, you are offering them to us. We don't even know what we're doing yet. So she may have jumped the gun a bit. This is all hard to say now because we don't know what will happen next week.
Yeah, we're gonna get more of this, JD. It feels like the Eva versus Star. Maybe they lose next week and are going to Tribal Council.
I mean, I don't think it's a terrible move. She wants to gain their trust. Star is on the bottom of her original tribe anyways, so might as well offer her up. I mean, you didn't have to be so...
Yeah, don't say, I'd like to offer her up on a silver platter.
You don't have to...
Not great
She
language.
said that to them. That's not a confessional to us. Say that in a confessional. Don't say that to the other people.
That's right. But it's fair to be like, I'm not really with her because she's expendable in her original tribe, right? So... I don't hate the move. Eva makes me nervous in general just because of her condition, and she seems to be yelling a lot, like talking really loudly about strategy and stuff. I'm like, keep it down. Just keep
she's
it
fired
down.
up.
Yeah.
She's not under the radar.
No. Let's go to New Siva, the Orange Tribe, Day 8. This beach, we learn, has cassava. So that's the root vegetable?
Yep.
Yeah? Anyone ever had it?
No. Fijian potato.
You ever seen it?
Definitely seen it before, but I can't say I've ever made it.
You can buy that at Buford Highway?
We'll definitely go get some.
I thought they got it at Cab Farmers Market.
Yeah, probably. Okay.
Like, could you find it in the wild? That's the real question.
I don't. Does it even grow here?
Yeah, I was listening to...
Can it grow in this... red Georgian soil?
Clay,
basically? Maybe it can.
Rachel said that last season the Siva tribe was there. Sorry, not tribe. Siva camp was where they were situated, and they did not see any cassava anywhere. Perhaps they couldn't identify it. Maybe they were like, they saw it and they're like, look at this trash. But it may have been there.
I assume it was there. I don't think, Probst went up and planted it?
Well, Probst also went on this thing about how the seasons alter what's available at specific camps. So he said it could be that it wasn't in large supply. Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, he's full of shit. They shoot Survivor the same time every year. Like, sorry.
Well, they shoot 2 seasons in different...
26 days and 26 days.
And the cassava season.
Okay, all right, sure, I guess. But Tyson has talked about how the crew will go and clear out if there's too many coconuts in the area.
Yeah.
They'll clear them out.
Yeah.
Too much food for these people. So yeah.
Okay.
I would describe this as, what if a potato looked like a carrot?
Or like a parsnip.
Yeah, parsnip. Not bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so underground though.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like it. Someone in the chat says they have a Filipino dessert that's a cassava cake.
Ooh.
Someone make it and send it to me.
I would never look at that, what you just showed me, and say, let's make that into a cake.
I bet they add loads of sugar and cream and delicious things.
You're right. You're right. Okay, anyway, what's happening here? Chrissy. She tells us that she has not talked game with Mitch once in 7 days. I mean, they have been together a long time, and those two at least have never really talked strategy or game or working together. Say, like Mary on her new camp, Say's loving this resort. Where's the spa? Where's the tennis court? This place is amazing. She is not pumped, though, that she's stuck with Cedric once again. And then we have Bianca again. She's the lone woman out here in this new tribe dynamic. She's panicking a little bit about her situation, but then again, she's in the middle. Mm-hmm. She has no vote, though, but she's like, I got to get to work here. And she approaches Say about working with her and Cedric, and Say's response to that is, hold on, go get a vibe check from him first.
Yeah.
To which Bianca's like, well, there's a crack there.
crack.
I'm literally
Crack
saying,
found.
I would like to work with you too. And she's saying, okay, before you do that,
This
you
guy
should
kinda
go,
sucks.
You should go talk to this guy and get your own read on him. I can't vouch for him.
I love that.
She's, again, figuring out the new dynamics here, Bianca.
Yeah, we know Bianca's bright. She's a PR consultant. She's going to read the room. I
Mm-hmm.
think she can assess, which she is doing really efficiently, where people are weak, and she has found that crack, and maybe she'll exploit it next week.
Yeah, and we will get back to both of those tribes a little bit later, but we go to Vula, new Vula, and they can't believe these living conditions. And it looks like a dump. It really does. When
so
you see
bad.
the other ones, it looks
It's
like a
so
dump.
bad.
There's no tarp, there's no fire, there's no food, there's nothing.
No map.
No map. I was going to say, old Vula didn't even leave the map for tree mail and the water well. Like how pissed they are.
I know.
Like a fine water. Is this where Joe's going on about how he used to go to the dance with his jeans
Yeah.
pegged on Bo Jackson trainers? That was funny.
That was very
a good
funny.
line.
This is where Thomas tells us at least how he is sitting pretty after this swap, seeing as he's with the California girls. But he says, quote, best case scenario, worst place beach.
Yeah,
Which was a
great
funny line. Another great zinger from him. And then here is where the game really starts, or this episode really starts, because we have Kyle and Camila and their secret alliance that you're loving.
Obsessed.
The Guyanese connection.
I'm calling them Kika,
Kika.
Kyle, and Camilla.
Okay, Kika, the secret alliance, and they have all these sort of powers to play with. His idol, her extra vote,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, okay, how are they going to make this work? So they're like, all right, well, the plan is make it look like we're not all that tight. So Camilla goes and lies right in front of Shaheen about, hey, I'm on the bottom. So there's that, first off. I'm not gaming with Kyle at all. And Shaheen takes it. Hook, line, and sinker. I mean, and she's good. She's a good liar. You said
Freakishly
this
good.
woman's a good liar.
Very good.
She doesn't overdo it.
No.
It's just like that perfect balance.
Yeah.
And so then Camilla, she's not done. She starts throwing Thomas under the bus about the journey, because we get a great little throwback to her talking to Star when they're sitting on the benches while they're sitting that one challenge out. And, hey, what did your person do? What did your person do? So taking notes on that. And that gets then Shaheen and Joe having to approach Thomas and say, hey, she's telling us other things about what happened on that journey. I thought he denied it pretty well. Mm-hmm. He very quickly was like, yeah, who's to say Mitch isn't lying?
Sure.
He's the one lying, guys. And that was good. He didn't freak out either.
Nope.
So this is where we are right now, and obviously a lot more to come. But this was good, good setting the scene here from Camilla and this lie of her and Kyle not working together.
Good setting the scene from Camilla, and actually great improv from Kyle, I thought.
so
Last
good.
week we had him. David comes to him, he's like, I live in a trailer in front of my dad's house. Sick! That's amazing! It's like,
Not sick. Yeah.
This time, she tells a pretty subtle lie, and he goes along with it instantly, and he didn't oversell it either, because he was like, yeah, we don't really get along. But it's not that big of a deal. It's just like we're not close, not like we're enemies and gunning for each other. He didn't oversell it.
Yeah.
I didn't think. So I thought he played it perfectly, just like Camilla did. The only thing I was questioning was Camilla bringing up the stuff with Thomas on his journey. I did think that could have backfired.
Yeah,
100%.
Right? They could have then put all the votes on her because he was kind of gunning for her. But obviously that didn't play out.
Yeah.
But I thought pretty smooth stuff from Camilla and Kyle.
JD, you're loving your girl here.
I loved it. CSIS, let's recruit this woman right away. That's the Canadian CIA for the Americans out there.
CSIS?
Yeah.
CSIS, yes.
Okay.
That's what we call it. Yeah, it was great. When did they have a chance? They didn't have a chance, I guess, to actually talk about this. What's our
formulate this whole
strategy
plan,
here?
yeah.
No zip zap zop beforehand. They were just in it, and it was amazing. Like, this is just textbook classic Survivor, lying to your face, just setting the scene, casting doubt. I mean, Shaheen was pretty credulous. Like, he was just like, he was believing everything. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Also, quick note, I'm so glad he didn't go home, because that beard, it's been 8 days. And you know what? Never mind the beard. The mustache, guys. And he's been twisting it.
Yeah.
Like, did you notice that? Yeah. It's just like,
There's nothing else to do out there.
I know, but we've never seen a beard like this on Survivor. It's amazing. It's awesome.
What about Rupert?
Get out of here. Get out of here. No. Not like this.
No, this
not
is
like this.
This is sexy beard.
His beard density is shocking.
He's like a Persian prince out there. It's just amazing.
Oh, Jam Jam had a good beard, didn't he?
Yeah.
It was. His wasn't
Not
I
as
don't
good as
think
this
it's
one.
that-
I'm
yeah.
with you.
He looks like he should be on TV. Like, he could be
yeah.
an actor if he was not a reality guy.
100%.
Okay.
And I'm so glad that he's staying, because I want to see just how glorious it gets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, great improv. And in contrast to last week when we were focusing on Vula and just giggling and running through the woods looking for an idol, this was like high stakes poker.
Yeah.
And it was just such a joy to watch for me.
Yeah, and we will come back to them, because we now go to Siva, back to Siva. This is the scene where Mitch and Cedric are build a connection here,
Yeah.
a very quick connection. Cedric sharing that he also grew up with a stutter. And, man, every scene that involves Mitch, I just wrote in my notes, protect Mitch at all costs.
He's a good guy.
There's a lot of favorites out here on this island. Like, I'm cheering for a lot of people, but man, this guy, every time he's on, you're like, I love this guy.
I'd love to hug him.
I'll run through a wall for this man.
Exactly. I want to hug him too.
I know. And he's so self-deprecating. That's what I'm trying to say.
Self-deprecating?
Yes.
I don't even think it's self-deprecating. He's very honest and
Yeah, but-
self-aware.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, I have a hard time saying M words, and of course my name is Mitch.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
To me, that's
Yeah.
exactly like, it's very funny, is my point. He's just great. And the two of them, this was a nice scene. And then Cedric talks about folding in Mitch with him and Sai. And we cut to Sai telling Bianca about all the tribal council nonsense and how Cedric wrote her name down twice. And it was a great, smash cut. We had a couple in this episode.
Great editing.
Yeah, great edit. And the only other thing here is Chrissy starts talking a little game, and she's trying to get the boys on board with voting out a Logi in Bianca. But really, it's the funny part of this was Cedric thinking, okay, get Mitch in here, I got Sai, and then Sai basically saying,
Get this guy out
we
of
gotta
here.
get this guy
We
out
gotta
of
cut
here.
this guy.
And nothing develops from in this episode, but it's going to happen. down the
Yeah.
line
I mean,
here.
we talked about this last week. Will Sai be able to move past this? And obviously not.
No, you wrote her name down twice.
It's over.
Now you did save her, and she does say that at one point. Like, he did
Sure.
save me.
From the problem he created.
Yes. And he also made me play my idol the
Yeah.
week before. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like-
Well, what about the fact that they're on a tribe with just two of them? I mean, stick together for now, right? Like,
Yes.
I don't understand the strategy of I'm not really with him.
I just don't
It
think
just-
she likes playing
No,
with
she's
him. I
just-
just don't think he's.
Okay, so she's not playing Survivor, right? Like,
Right.
that's the bottom line here.
She's letting her vengeful feelings
Well,
overlook strategy a little bit.
yeah, because she's like, this guy sucks at
Yeah,
this.
it's fair enough. I probably would do this too.
But Cedric could carry her through,
Further.
through to the merge probably if she sticks with him.
Yeah, that's
and Bianca's come to them and said, "Hey, I want to." She says the first thing she says is, "I want to work with you and Cedric." It's like, fuck Cedric.
He's like,
What? Well, why? Then you have an instant majority of 3. You could just get through to the merge.
Right.
It's just terrible gameplay
Yeah.
in my
It
opinion.
might blow
just
up in
say
her
yes
face.
in the moment. You know?
Exactly.
Say yes
Just
in the moment.
Why not?
Maybe they go chase each other through the woods.
Bianca
That's how
may
you
finesse
Don would
this.
say.
I mean, Bianca may finesse this next week.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Oh, I think
more
so. I think it's
unpacking
likely.
this with her and saying, listen, if we have Cedric, we have more numbers. I know you don't love him right now. Let's carry him for now. She could work that angle.
To go back to your poker analogy, if Camilla is like the assassin, you have no idea, and she's got all the reads and is just sitting there with the hood down and all
Yeah.
this, Say has her cards. I have a 10 and I have a 7.
Exactly.
You're like, all right.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah, she's just like, she just puts it all out there.
Yeah.
We go to Logi, back to Logi. It's David and the girls, story of his life.
Oh, God.
Story of his life, and I hate water, but I love chocolate milk.
He has like 10 bits that he does, and then he just cycles through them.
But hey, Mary's loving this guy.
Well, it's new material.
Yeah. And he's
new
a
to
gentleman.
her.
He's a gentleman and a provider.
Yeah.
And it is very funny, that scene where he's talking once again about hating water and loving chocolate milk, and you can see like Charity like,
Oh, she's like,
here we go.
That
Tight
flight
five on
attendant
chocolate milk.
face is coming out.
Also, what's going on? Are you with this girlfriend or are you broken up? Last week he said she's gonna break up with me if I don't win.
Right.
This time he's like, we're already broken up and I'm winning this money to get her back.
Yeah. I feel like it's that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it just sounds like she doesn't like you, David.
Yeah.
You can do better.
I think he's looking for a new girlfriend.
Hey.
That's what I said last week. I don't believe him at all.
You don't believe it at all?
You think this is all a ruse? Wow.
I don't think he's there for the right reasons.
Whoa.
I don't. I think he's
Bachelor
trying to
call
get.
back.
I think he's trying to get famous, and I think he's trying to get known and get a new girlfriend.
Okay. Well, so far
Is he
so
there to
good.
play Survivor? I don't know.
What's wrong with those reasons?
Nothing, but
That's
it's not
not
what
Survivor
he's...
reasons. That's all I'm saying.
To play and win the game is the only reason to be there?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I think so.
I'm with you. I'm clarifying. That's all.
He's on the wrong reality show, is what we're
Yeah.
saying. He should be on, I don't know, Love is Blind. Or,
Oh, he will be.
Oh, he
some
would
other
be
Danish.
just brutal on Love is Blind. All he would talk about would be the same things.
I disagree. I think this guy's good. I think he's got game.
He's a catch.
Other than Charity, the other three girls are loving him.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
but it's
'cause they
day
haven't
one.
been around him
yeah,
for a
Like,
week.
they're 40 minutes in.
Fair enough.
Give it another
enough.
day, and they'll be like, get this guy out of here.
Charity says that she does not see David as a strategic threat at all. But cut to David burying Charity to Eva. So he's talking game with Eva a little bit about Charity and maybe trying to, if we got to go to tribal council where we all stand in order here. So they're sort of battling each other at this point. Let's go to the immunity challenge. Vula comes in hot. New Vula. They want to shake the curse. Basically calling their shot like they're Babe Ruth.
Don't love it.
And it's, I guess, if Babe Ruth strikes out. But they're winning a challenge today is what they say. And Prope's like, whoa, okay. And it's like, there's like a couple things where they say it like multiple times.
Yeah.
Or even I was like, what are the editors doing here?
I knew it was going to be bad.
I'm like, this is usually bad. This is usually a loss. But I'm like, I don't know. Maybe they're just...
The Survivor gods like to humble people. And so if you come in wildly overconfident like that, I know they're going to get cooked.
Yeah. So the Survivor gods are the Survivor editors.
Yes.
Or Propes. I
Yes.
guess. Yeah.
All hail the Survivor gods.
Yes. We're playing for fruit.
Yay.
Look good.
Look real good.
What a
I thought.
platter.
good.
It's a nice big platter, that first one.
Huge platter.
Second place gets a little less fruit. And then, this is where Kyle says, we're getting that W. So, again, there's more of this from this new Vula. So it's a pretty fun challenge. It ends with that very difficult 3-level temple puzzle. But it's close for the most part. And then suddenly Vula can't figure it out. They think they have it figured out, but it's wrong.
Yeah.
That's where we have Shaheen putting Camila on his shoulders, and they can't get it out or can't figure it out. Logi wins. Siva comes in second, and Vula loses again.
Rough.
It is a curse of the Green Tribe.
Unbelievable.
They really-
Unbelievable.
The Izadega gods are pissed.
Oh, that's the real gods you have to
Yeah.
worry about. So what's the theory there? That camp is on a burial ground of the...
Maybe because they couldn't make it work. Maybe they couldn't work as a unit. They've upset the gods. Vula wasn't vibing. They were the least vibey tribe.
Yes. Okay.
The vibes were
all makes
bad.
sense.
But the vibes were okay with the new people, though.
Well, perhaps it'll change.
Okay. All right. Any thoughts
I
on
think
the...
somebody shit near
Oh.
the cat, like too close to the camp.
Oh.
Remember those flies?
I guess.
Remember all those
I
flies?
do remember those flies.
Yeah.
You think there's-
There's no fly. We've never heard about flies
That's true.
on Survivor. Hey, somebody took a dump
they're pooing
way
too
too
close to camp.
next to the water. Something I don't know, but that's how you get cursed.
Okay.
That's my theory.
Okay. Do you have any thoughts on the actual challenge, or I guess this curse?
I don't know about the curse, but I know Mitch is good at tossing things. He's got a great
good.
toss.
Ooh, yeah.
He hit 5 straight granny style free throws. In the previous week's challenge, and then he nailed it on the tossing it through the little gap
Little
onto
window.
onto the barrel, whatever
Yeah.
that is. And also, should a puzzle go together more than one way? I don't think so. You shouldn't be able to complete the puzzle and have it be wrong.
I wonder if that happened in their practice rounds, if anybody did it, or if this was like a new problem. Because I was reading, Dalton Ross did a recap, and he said they did alter that middle section where you toss through that, I don't know, halo. On the barrel, the first time they did it, there was no rim on the barrel, and it took
they just kept sliding off.
Yeah. So when they added a rope.
Right.
Rim.
To help it sort of stick there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But maybe this didn't come up in their practice, or maybe it's intentional. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah. Jeff Probst nailed it. That little toss.
Yeah, he did.
On his little
How many
promo.
times? How many times, Jeff?
How many times? I thought he looked a little surprised when he nailed it. Because that one did stick right on the back.
It did.
On that little rope that they added.
Yeah.
Anyway. It was fun. JD, anything to add to the actual challenge and the fruit of it all? And
I liked it. I mean,
puzzle?
whenever I see the layout of fruit, I want it to be in the form of a hat, like Carmen Miranda style, where they have to wear it out, or you each get a Carmen Miranda hat.
You can take as much as you can wear.
Exactly. Yeah, that'd be fun, right?
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
How do you think that works? Do they get that whole platter?
Yeah.
Back at their camp?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just send it to them.
Forever?
Yeah. What do you mean forever?
Or like, do they get like, here's, you give 10 minutes to eat as much as you want, and then we take it away?
No.
No,
They deliver it.
They deliver
Yeah.
it.
You sort of you do have to eat it fairly
Pretty
soon,
quick.
though.
It'll go
at least
bad.
most of the fruit.
Yeah, like
You
5
can't,
days.
unless you have somewhere, I don't know where you could bury it in like a cave where it's not going to get.
Because they're not giving you it appears they're not giving you a full watermelon that hasn't been
No, it was
opened
cut.
yet. It's like cut open. So
Yeah.
like that's going to dry out. You got to eat that quick.
Well, just bugs, I think, would
And
be the
bugs.
bigger
Also, no
problems.
problem. You're eating flies.
Yeah.
You've got to.
So, incredibly, Vula, the tribe we thought would win, they lose. So, we got to plotting and scheming with them. And this is where they do admit, Camilla, should have had you in the puzzle. That was a mistake. And then Kamilla and Kyle ask to have some one-on-ones with everyone. I thought this was very smart, too. Like, hey, all right, let's just look, we lost. We got a talk game.
Right.
So let's just do one-on-ones. And then this is where they start pretending sort of to crap on each other, but they don't overdo it. Sort of like, keep me, get rid of that other person. The California girls take all this in, then they have their little powwow. They don't have like a vote consensus right away. Thomas tells us that he wants to be safe. He might play a steal a vote, and he wants to target Camilla because she was the one trying to
Right.
throw his name under the bus. The other guys are thinking maybe more Kyle. But this whole dilemma of like, do I use the steal a vote is funny because he's never told Joe and Shaheen, the other California girls, that he has the damn thing. So he like doesn't want to open that can of worms
Yeah.
because like, what the hell, man? So I mean, he did it to himself.
Obviously, in hindsight, I'm sure he would do differently, but this is reminding me a little bit. This is like the inverse of what Justin did last week, where he also didn't share that he didn't have a vote, and so they couldn't vote effectively. And this is the same thing. They didn't vote effectively.
Right.
Well,
'cause
also, don't forget, he wanted to keep that steal of vote.
Obviously.
Like, that's part of it. He's, I'm not playing it. I'm definitely going to play it if something's off. If I feel a
something gets
vibe.
freaky
If something gets, is that what he said?
Yeah.
Freaky deaky? If something gets freaky deaky. I mean, and this is all to do with Camilla and Kyle. Like, they tricked him into feeling safe.
Safe enough, yeah.
They did, like, shot in the dark wasn't even, they weren't even thinking
even
about that.
mentioned.
It wasn't mentioned.
No.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean.
No, because they did such a good job of making the California girls think they're voting for each other.
Right.
Because they're telling us this. They're doing anything to stay in the game. Just anybody but me. They don't seem to have any sort of alliance. They don't, like you said, like they're not like, I hate that person. But it's just
No.
like, yeah, we didn't talk game much. This is what they're selling them. Like, we don't really know each other that well.
It's me or the other
Yeah.
person, so
And-
I'll go with you guys. I want to stay one more day.
But you think a big part of it is like he's just greedy with his advantage and wanting to hold on to it longer.
I
And
think
you don't
it's
buy as much as like, I didn't tell these guys. Like, there's gonna be blowback.
I'm sure that was part of it, and it would have been awkward if he had sensed the freaky deakiness of it. Otherwise, why not just do it? Like, just to be safe.
Because they could have split votes to get to revotes and all that. Yeah, I mean,
And Kyle even says, I watched 46. I'm playing this advantage. I'm playing this idol. Presumably, so did Thomas. So, you might as well burn it, right?
Yeah, he should have used it. There's no way they lose. There's no way he's eliminated if he steals the vote. It's
Right.
At worst, 2-on-2.
Yep. Camilla and Kyle talk. She says, look, I'm going to give you my extra vote. you're going to play your idol. This is how this is going to go. She just like she did with his idol. Remember, he has the idol, but she did all the work.
Yeah.
I sort of like that part. It's like, I'm going to tell you how to use it and what you're going to do and all that. So that was great. So Camilla goes and talks with Shaheen and Thomas. They're sitting there on the logs, right? And somebody gets the idea of like, hey, maybe we should just go through his bag. He's not here. Nora, you don't like this. You're like you're a real Dalton Ross about this. He doesn't like people going through other people's bags. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it at all.
But we had Villa and Thomas saying, just pilfering. I love it.
Look,
Just pilfering.
of anybody to be sneaking around in bags, I love that it's this combination of people. I can't believe how neutral Camilla was during this whole thing.
Yeah.
She didn't let her face betray her. I have no poker face. I would have been like, oh, I can't believe you're doing this. Like, I couldn't do it the way she did it. But yeah, I don't like the same way I feel about cheating in puzzles where you look at other people's puzzles. I don't like looking through people's stuff. I know that Survivor is a game that lacks rules, and purposefully it has structure but no rules. And I get that, but this part feels yucky to me. I don't like it.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, also, if you're going to do it better.
Yeah, look better.
Right.
Pull out everything and go through everything. Because that was, at least from the edit, looked like a pretty crappy TSA check, you know?
Yeah.
It's like that classic meme clip of that big dude just doing like all right.
Just wiggling his hands.
Yeah. Because they couldn't find anything. And this was interesting because Camilla is sitting right there, sees they don't find anything, goes to Kyle, which I thought looked like it was right before they were going to tribal council.
It had that energy.
Yeah, and said, look, they went through your bag, they didn't find anything. And he's like,
what?
He's like, well, it was in my shoe. Didn't he say something like that? Did he? So his shoes were in his bag?
It must have
been, and it was
I
in the
guess.
shoe?
Yeah.
I mean, that's smart.
Yeah.
So anyway, they didn't find it. And then Camilla, as we go to the final commercial break, is reminding us like this is everyone's first tribal council, which I sort of like had forgotten. I'm like, oh my god, yeah, none of these people have actually started playing Survivor yet.
No.
But they will be in a second. So this was great. And I mean, let's just go to tribal council quickly. The talk is it Kyle? Is it Camilla? We get to voting. Kyle plays his idol. He does reference season 46, like you said, JD. It's 3 votes on Kyle, 2 votes on Thomas. That's enough. Key part there. That's enough, says Jeff. That meaning there's more votes because we did learn after that the extra vote that Camilla gave Kyle, it was played. It was played. So anyway, Thomas goes home blindsided.
Blindsided. Got him good. They all just sat there.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Shock.
Finally stands up. Oh, give me a hug.
Hug.
Yeah, he took it okay.
Yeah.
He said he was joyful on his way back to Ponderosa, and then he met like the 3 nicest people there. Justin had a pizza ready for him as he walked in. That was just a great blindside for like episode 4. When you think back previously, like we've had some times where episode 4 was Banu crying for an hour and a half straight.
Right.
This was an awesome episode
This is a
for
great-
a pre-merge episode.
Absolutely. With a bunch of like what felt like this tribe, like a lot of big players on this tribe.
Yeah.
And Joe and Shaheen and Thomas obviously now gone, but then these other 2 who suddenly proved their worth if you didn't believe them already.
Yep.
Yeah, just perfectly played, JD. I don't know if you have any other notes on it.
A little bit of an assist from Jeff with the, well, now it's your time to say goodbye, guys, because it was a foregone conclusion. They assessed that it was a foregone conclusion, that one of the 2 of them were going home. We even got some tears from Camilla. And it's just so delicious to me watching the other 3 going, we hate to do this to you, but we're looking at you in the eye. We're going to pay you the courtesy of looking you in the eye as we slit your throat and we send you on your way. We're sorry we're killing your dream. And then the blind side, and it's just fucking beautiful. I had Thomas on my Make Your Picks team.
Same.
I hate to see him go, but goddamn, what a way to go.
Yeah.
And it was just awesome. I loved every second of it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Everyone's like, wow, what a play. Camilla, badass. Kyle played his part. Like, he was just as great as she was. I think she was the real leader of it all. But anyway, awesome. But then you're like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
You had to lose Thomas, though?
Yeah. No, it's unfortunate.
But I would have been upset to lose any of the
Same.
California girls.
Same.
I feel that way about
That's a
all
great
3 of
tribe
them.
right now. Those 5 are cool. I like them all.
Yeah.
I wish they all could be California.
Damn. Oh, well done. Okay, so that is the entire episode, episode 4 of Survivor 48. But let's keep talking about it, but we'll do it in Tree Man. Okay, a couple questions from the good peeps out there, either hitting us up on Twitter /X or Blue Sky, which is what Doug did. Dougie G had a bunch of questions. I picked this one. Thomas seemed like he had the potential to be a really fun villain. I think that's absolutely true. With him gone, which of the remaining players has the best villain upside? Who wants to get us started? Who of the remaining, what are we down to out there? 14? 14 people has the best chance to be a villain. You get us started, TK.
Well, Say's playing really hard.
Yeah.
And like as soon as somebody approached her about joining with an alliance with somebody that you think that she's working with and that she has worked with, she's like, ooh, I don't know if you want to work with that guy. Oh, you mean the guy you came over with? Yeah, that specific guy. So that's a chance. Charity, I think, is a potential like can say some things that would rub people the wrong way. And look, Shaheen looked through a guy's bag. It was his idea.
Yeah.
He's kind of coasting underneath the Thomas influence a little bit, and Thomas definitely an enabler for this guy. Anytime there's a chance to make a bad decision, Thomas is like, I will be the devil on your shoulder.
Literally.
But Shaheen is willing to listen to the devil every time.
Totally.
100%.
I think those are 3 great picks. That's the exact 3 I had.
Same with me. I had written down that like Thomas is a terrible influence on Shaheen, but now that he's gone, I don't know if Shaheen will have that same kind of energy as he's displayed in a few moments. I mean, now his eyes are open to what's going on in his tribe. He might have his wits about him a bit more. We'll see. But those were very similar picks to what I had.
He literally has like the devil and the angel on his shoulder.
Yeah.
'Cause on the other side is
got Joe.
It's like, you gotta be nice. You gotta build fires for people.
It's so true. I have hopes for Charity that she could turn into like a bit of a Genevieve, but then maybe not have like the come to Jesus moment that Genevieve had, where she suddenly felt bad about it all. Like I don't know. Charity could be gone next for all I know. We haven't had a ton from her, but I think
There's something there.
It's there.
I do think she is underestimating David a little bit. I don't think she knows how David sees her, which is going to be an issue going forward.
JD, any other potential villains?
Put me down for Mary.
Mary?
Yeah.
Villain?
Yeah. In a good way, like a Thomas type villain.
Rascally.
She's rascally.
Okay.
She don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And she knows people, and she's kind of still on the bottom. Where did she end up? She's by herself anyway, over where she is. So, I think it's gonna be she's gonna be a great villain. I agree with the Charity pick. I don't know. I don't see a lot of great gameplay from her. At the beginning of the season, she talked about worrying about her facial expressions. We got a lot of facial expressions, a lot of body language, a lot of rolling of the eyes, a lot of, right in front of David when he was talking, And so, and she's, as you say, Nora, completely underestimating David and underestimating him and I guess the rest of the tribe. Although she does have a pretty tight alliance, it seems, with Mitch.
Yes. So. Oh, man. We could have had the greatest villain turn ever last night. After Cedric's talking with Mitch, bonding over, hey, I also had a stutter when I was growing up. I understand. Imagine it cut to him in a confessional going, I didn't have a stutter.
That would have been demonic.
You imagine?
No, that's not
Holy
okay.
crap.
I 100% would have done that.
No, you would not.
In fact, when he said it, I was like,
Sick.
that's a pretty good response. If somebody comes to you and says, this example, obviously Mitch has a stutter. You know what? I used to have a stutter too. But therapy got me through it.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Tell me more.
You would never.
I don't like to talk about it.
And then cut to you in confessional going,
Yeah.
I just said that to make him feel better.
I mean, how far would you go with it? I don't know.
You would be the number one villain.
No, there's no way.
That's
you would
worse
do
than
that.
my grandma dying.
Yeah, worse than dying.
Fair play for
It's
sure.
worse than
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Wait, you survived childhood leukemia? Yeah, me too.
Oh my God. You have scribbles. You would never.
All right, moving on.
Can you imagine?
The Me Too guy.
That's right.
Anytime somebody has a sob story, happened to Me Too.
All right. Zachary writes in, where does Thomas rank in terms of new era pre-merge boots? To me, he might be the most likely pre-merge boot to return based off of his personality and the way he went out. Do you agree with Zachary there? That he's like one of the best pre-merge boots, and then he might come back.
Yeah, I don't have the Survivor knowledge to say how he compares to others, because I just don't remember anyone else. But when he did get voted off, I immediately said, we'll see him again. This guy has star power. Production loves him.
Yeah.
They used him
Yeah.
so much in those 4 episodes. He's very funny, very likable. He loves to scheme.
Yeah, he's a gamer, but doesn't take it too seriously.
Yeah, I like him. I think he'll be back.
Yeah, I think. Did you listen to the Probes? You said podcast. Did he not tease that maybe he would come back, or maybe it was in an interview?
I didn't
with
hear that
somebody?
explicitly on the pod.
I
but-
think he loves them. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
Who wouldn't?
and he said he would play again in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Thomas did. So, but yeah, where does he? Is he one of the best? You think TK of?
Pre-mergers?
Yeah, of the pre-mergers.
Gotta be.
I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, like other people that I went back and just looked at the old
Yeah.
Survivor Wikipedias. Beef Walton,
Yeah.
very funny.
For us more than anyone.
He was pretty funny. He went home with an idol and I think an extra vote in his pocket. That's hard to do in like episode 3.
Yep.
But he was at one point he like leaves the tribe and left like a sleeping dummy. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Dummy
Yeah.
in the middle of the night to go search for stuff. That's funny.
Okay, he was a character.
I remember liking Matthew, the guy who tried to
off the
climb to
cliff.
the top of the cliff and
yeah, he was
destroyed his
guy.
shoulder.
He's great.
He seemed like he was going to be a pretty solid player,
Yep.
but he got hurt, of
Yep.
course. Brando, I thought was in a good spot. It was like Brando. He was with a bunch of girls. He was pulling on the buff like a top. Remember
Oh, that
Yeah.
guy.
He was a skinny guy.
Yeah.
I thought he
Same
was
season
good.
as Brandon, right?
I
Was
think
it?
so. I think
Yeah.
they had a Brandon and then Brando a little
Right.
bit later. Sabaya was good on that
Yep.
that season as well, and then
yeah.
of course Jelinski, man.
Oh,
Get out of here,
one
Jelinski.
episode.
Jelinski.
Several. Okay. Those are good. Anyone else to add, JD?
Well, John Lovett.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
forgot
a
about
first
it.
boot who I think could have gone very far. He had Mike White vibes to me.
Sure.
A great narrator, and an actual celebrity, but very well spoken, and I think a really great strategic player he could have been. And I think he just got shafted in that first vote. I think there's enough, actually, if you look back in the new era, to build a season of like.
You could.
Early
Pre-merge
exits.
versus post-merge All-Stars or something like
Yeah.
that. I think that could be something. That's another
Yeah.
free one for you, Jeffrey.
I mean, he was a character, Rome.
Your Rome as well, yeah.
Big character.
Yep.
Big character from last season. Yeah, you could build a pretty good list. I feel like more of the new era,
Yes.
some of the pre-merge people than previous seasons or way back, where it's like they pretty easily get forgotten. All right, Ben writes in, biggest riser from this episode for you. I liked Camilla before, but I think this episode vaulted her up to the top of my personal power rankings. David also continues to grow on me and showed a strong social game. Was Camilla the big MVP of this episode, or who else maybe did a good job to impress you?
Yeah, I mean, Chameleonaire's up there. She
Yeah.
really bamboozled her tribe. It was incredible to watch. But I would also say sort of a mid-tier for me is Bianca. We got a little bit more FaceTime with her. She's talked a little bit more about how she was thinking about the game and what her method was going to be, and then she was basically executing it. She seems really smart, but also socially strong.
Okay.
She has no vote though. That's
Yeah,
gonna be a
I know.
problem.
Oh, she's in big trouble.
Yeah.
And she comes from the strongest tribe.
Yeah.
They're going to want to get rid of her ASAP.
Okay.
They
We'll
did
see.
just get rid of a Logi though, right? They got rid of a purple. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
They're gonna probably want to turn on orange, so that might help her. But
Yeah.
no vote is a problem.
Yeah.
I agree with everything Ben said here. Like Camilla, huge riser.
Oh.
We gave Kyle his props for playing his part in this as well. David does seem to have a pretty good social game. The other people I would say impressed me this episode. Star, I think, has to get a little bit of credit for the sitting out thing. She's the one who brought up the slide puzzle.
Yeah.
You're
And it's
right.
like her idea to even ask
true.
Camilla about this, and that's how they cracked the whole code on that. So maybe that plays out.
So she can
further
crack
on.
that code, but not the actual idol.
Did anybody
To
say
advantage.
anything about a cryptex? And then I think, like, draw-wise, Mary ended up in a really good spot. She is the only Vula on her tribe, but the two other pairs are Star and Eva. They're going against each
Yeah.
other.
Right.
And Charity and David are going against each
Yeah.
other as
Yeah.
well. So,
You're
like,
right.
those aren't solid duos at all to me. I have no idea where that tribe would go, but I think it means Mary's probably going to be fine because she's just going to be able to go either which way or any which way.
Totally.
Just to go back to Camilla, I saw Mike Bloom write this. Camilla pretended that she was on the bottom of Siva. She played up her separation between her and Kyle. She threw Thomas under the bus in front of his allies. It was a swap-screwed masterclass. So you get people that get upset, like, oh, now they just like this random drawing, and some people get
Yeah.
screwed, like Thomas got screwed, but it's like, no, like I think this is awesome. It really separates, like, again, bad players, good players, great players that are like thrown into a whole new game or new tribe dynamic, and like, can you get your way out of this now? Like it really is like just resetting the game
Totally.
in some instances. So
Does this make you reconsider your stance that you shouldn't tell people about your advantages? Because Justin went home because he didn't tell anybody about his advantages. Thomas went home because he didn't tell anybody about his advantages, and it left him in a spot where he's like, if I'm honest, they're going to not trust me.
Yeah.
I mean, he really got idled out, so it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter. But you think about that, Kyle went to Camilla and said, open this for me.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Guess what? That locked them in together.
Yeah.
She had the extra vote, and she told everybody, so he's not suspicious of her. They're able to work together, and now she's played it. No target on her back anymore.
yeah, I mean, again, if you go on a journey, you say everything, in my opinion.
I think so.
Idle, different. You know, if you can do it in secret and you can actually find it and unlock it and keep it and nobody else knows, that's different to me. You don't need to go tell everybody that. But man, anything journey related, yes, he should have. And even last night, I know he's weighing this like, oh, if I tell them, they're going to be pissed. Well, so what? Like, at least you know you get one of those what would have been Siva people gone.
And you stay.
And then you apologize.
Figure
and
it
you
out.
like, and you come up with your reasoning and like plead to the California girls to keep you and like we'll be fine and all that. I mean, I know you break that trust, but better to keep the three of you together, I guess. But he put himself in that position for sure. Final one here, Matt B. This episode showed Eva and David bonding over stand-up jet skis. What's something random you've bonded over with someone else? JD, if anyone wants to get started here, have you got a good answer?
I mean, I bonded over jet skis for sure. I love jet skiing.
What? Wow. Where and when did this happen? Just at a party?
Just some bro in Mexico.
Oh, that'd be the place to do it.
I went out by myself, and there was another dude who was renting it at the same time, and I'm like, all right, and we were like playing,
How about
grown
jet
men
skis?
playing in the sea.
Didn't know him.
Didn't know him.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Frolicking.
We were frolicking, Nora.
I love that.
Stand-up jet ski or sit down?
Well, it was a sit down, like a sea-doo type thing, but I stood up on it. You better believe.
Yeah.
You would.
Yeah,
Any jet ski is a stand-up jet ski if you want it to be.
that's exactly right.
So
That's
you might clear your back a little bit. Okay, wow. Anything else you've bonded over? with
What
someone?
came to mind, maybe it's because of recency bias, but I was on a flight coming back from Toronto last month, and I was watching in the in-flight entertainment, there's a show called Couples Therapy, which is incredible.
Yep.
It's a great show. So I put it on, and then I was the aisle. The woman in the middle next to me saw what I was watching, and I clocked that she also put it on. So I was like, oh my God, did I influence her to watch Couples Therapy? Then the snacks came around. We had to take our headphones out, and she was like, this show's incredible. And I was like, I know. Orna is an incredible therapist. And then we were like, are Joey and Rex going to work it out?
wow.
What's going on? So we bonded over the show Couples Therapy.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna say we got the same snacks. We got.
We got different snacks.
Both over Lorna Dunes.
What about you, TK?
Those are two good places to bond. Like at the beach,
Yeah.
you can bond over anything. It's like, oh, we're digging a hole.
Yeah.
I'll dig a
I'm
hole.
in, yeah.
Cool. Need more hands? Of course we do. We're only going waist deep though because of sinkholes. A plane as well. Like, we'll talk about anything.
Right?
Yeah. If you're sitting next to
Captive
my dad,
audience.
you gotta be talking to somebody if you're sitting next to my dad.
Oh, he's a chatty.
Oh, really? Chatty?
Yeah, Chatty Steve. Wow. That's what they all call him. Chatty Steve's back. I don't know. For me, I was like trying to think of anything unusual that I found out some of my friends like, and the first thing that came to mind was Tom Green. My friend Bryce was like the only other guy who knew about Tom Green's rap career before he made it to MTV. So like he knew about the 12-ounce coffee cup.
What?
He knew about the dustpan.
Is he a secret Canadian?
I don't know. He was the only other person that liked Tom Green as much as I did.
We did watch the Tom Green documentary.
He's got like
yeah.
4 of
It's
them.
great.
Yeah.
Which one did you watch?
It's on Amazon Prime.
Which one did we? There are a bunch.
Oh, well, he
Yeah.
has a show about
got a
him
show.
kind of homesteading.
We started watching
Which
that
we
one.
also
farm.
watched.
Yeah.
It was actually very wholesome.
Yeah.
But the documentary basically is like a summary of his whole career. It was really nice, especially
It was
if you
good.
are our age and you grew up in Canada in the 90s, 2000s. It was very, a lot of nostalgia.
And I wasn't a huge Tom Green fan either. Like
Right.
I knew of him, obviously knew he was Canadian for crying out loud. But it's like from that documentary, I was like, oh yeah,
He did a
I
lot.
didn't know the details of his weird career.
He was ahead of his time, man.
That's what they basically.
Very much so.
He
Like
really
a
was.
couple
Yeah.
times though. Like obviously what he's doing, like the Jackass style format, and then I had forgotten all about like he basically was one of the first, like I don't know what you want to call it, like almost video podcasters.
Yeah,
like,
right.
like live on the web. Remember,
Yeah.
he built the whole studio. In his
He's
house.
a little bit of an Oppenheimer like character because he is basically the reason Joe Rogan is a podcaster.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Like, whoa. Yikes.
And my answer to this is bonding over the movie Rad. And happy Rad Day to everyone out there.
To all those
who
who
all
celebrate.
Today
yeah.
is Rad Day?
Yeah, it's the anniversary of when it was released, and there's a new documentary out.
Oh.
A lot of people. I mean, so many people. Anything Rad related, people tag me, send it to me.
Yeah, you did
And
that.
Thank you. I mean, yeah, I did it to myself. You're right. But they're like, "Are you going to the theater?" Because it's playing in the theater. So I'm like, dude, I just went and saw this
Yeah, I was
in
going to say,
theaters
we
like a
saw
couple
it
years ago.
2 years ago we went
Yeah,
and saw
I
it.
was like, no, I'm not doing it again.
On Rad Day?
It was around the same time. Yeah.
Nice.
Are we
I-
going BMX biking later?
No. You want to dance on BMX bikes?
Yeah.
Can you stand on a bike and go like this?
One way to find out. I'll be back in a full body cast.
Send me an angel. Do, do, do. So anyway, happy Rad Day. All right, make your picks. How did everybody do? Did anybody have Thomas going? No way.
Nope.
No way. So
Absolutely
JD, you
not.
had him on your team.
Had him on my team.
Obviously traded.
I swapped
As
them.
did I. And did you have Thomas
was
on your
not
team?
on my team.
Wow.
Good job.
Good job by
So,
you.
Yeah.
I'm still surviving.
And Trey, you said you're gonna bite the bullet, take the 20-point loss, I guess,
Yep,
to
yep.
swap somebody in.
Did an early swap. I'm a Mitch man now.
I'm a Mitch man.
okay.
I got Mitch on my team.
He's a Mitch
Same.
man.
Yeah.
And he's going so far because you know they won't vote for Mitch.
Okay, so Mitch is on your squad now.
Yep.
I'm
I'm 2Xing his points. I'm expecting some big
Whoa.
stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's Mitch time.
It's Mitch time, baby.
Mitch madness.
So yeah, I'm in like the 600ths or something like that. I dropped significantly.
I didn't check my rank yet.
Oh, okay.
TBD.
Yeah, I'm 1800s.
Oh.
God, it's not good.
Rough.
1400s for me. Yeah, I dropped a lot.
Oh wow, you dropped a
Whoa.
ton.
Dropped a lot and then spent more points to get Mitch on my team.
Oh yeah.
Right, yeah.
Well
okay.
now I know we should, JD, put somebody else in, but a part of me's like 20 points.
Well, I already swapped somebody up because I
man, you're
had
real
Pizza
screwed.
Man.
Oh, you had Pizza
So
Man.
I put Mary in there.
Dark times.
So now I'm down to 4. Can you do another swap?
I think you might be able to buy it with gems.
I might
or
as
something.
well. I'm
Either
so
it
far
cost you gems or
behind.
coins. One of the two.
Something. So anyway, good luck to everybody in the Make Your Picks. Make sure you get your votes in for next week. And let's talk about next time on Survivor. Here's what we know. Camilla and Kyle believe they did put on a masterclass in deception. And they say what you never want to hear from somebody out there. I think we can run this game now. Uh-oh. Yeah. There's the one thing we haven't talked about. Like, as great a move as this was,
Now what?
there's going to be like, oh my God, they're amazing at this.
Well,
we got to get them out.
Do they just continue the ruse?
Oh,
Like we were forced to figure something out. We don't want to work together. We had to do it.
I guess.
I do
They're
think
not,
they maybe
Joe and Shageen are not that dumb.
in the final tribal council when Kyle was talking about how they're both Guyanese, I was like, you are showing too many cards.
Ooh, yeah.
Because if I was on there with an Armenian person, we would be thick as thieves and go to the end.
did say that,
But I
yeah.
certainly would not communicate that.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. We'll see.
I don't know. I mean, why did Camilla give Kyle her steal a vote? Is it to basically say, well, he had a steal a vote and an idol, and it just protects her?
Further.
No, I
from-
think it was actually a bit of smart gameplay in the sense if the votes go on her,
Yeah.
she obviously doesn't have the idol to play,
Right.
so therefore then would not be able to use that
vote.
advantage. Yeah. The thing. So
I
it was
see.
actually smart.
Yeah, it foolproofed it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's really the
Gotcha.
only way to use the vote.
In their
Safely.
scenario for
Safely,
sure. Yeah,
yeah.
they nailed that.
Yeah.
Or they could have just gone 3-3 and didn't need to use the idol.
Ghost. Okay, but talk that out. 3-3. So votes are on.
Like
You're saying
Kyle
Yeah, well,
and Thomas.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Kyle and Thomas. If
But then they
use
go
the
to
extra
revote.
vote, then it's 3-3. Yeah, well, then I got to try and convince somebody
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the extra vote does go through on
Right.
the revote, which is
Yeah.
a weird thing.
That is weird.
It happened back when was it Shan and
Oh.
Ricardo?
I don't know.
It happened once.
So
'cause I
you
remember
can-
we
It does
were
go through
baffled
the-
by
yeah.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
right.
So you can it continues to play as if it was a person voting
Right.
in a revote. Anyway. Why were we asking that? Oh, you were saying about.
Well, just
Camilla?
wondering if there's a spin. I'm looking for the spin that they can do, basically. Like, well, we had an idol and we had an extra vote, but now we have nothing, and we still hate each other, by the way, or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a way for them to spin it.
Okay, so it is. I guess all Siva is still out there. All 6.
All 6.
Just scattered across the different beaches. We have a table maze. We see that. Love a table maze. And then Mary and company seem to be helping Star unlock her idol.
Please.
To try and get into this thing. So it has been confirmed because we were debating last week. We're like, come on, she must have this, right? And they're just not showing it to us. We'll get some weird flashback at some point. No.
How?
No, because we've learned from Thomas, obviously in exit interviews, he's like, oh yeah, we knew what the word was. We knew how to unlock it.
That's terrible.
But we decided not to tell her in case we really needed her to unlock it to get the idol and all that.
Brutal.
Yeah. So
It's crazy that it hasn't been
hopefully
unlocked.
Mary and company can get her
Mary will do
this
it.
thing. Yeah, I think so too. And
Well,
then
to be fair, Star does have all the clues, and
No,
she's
I
in
know.
possession
no,
of
I
the
know
puzzle.
it's baffling that she does not
Yeah.
have it open.
I mean, I guess she just gave up, maybe, or
Yeah.
is like, I don't know.
She tried 2 of the 3 words, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
She tried enlist.
Listen.
Listen and silent.
silence.
She tried 2 of those 3 and she's like, can't be the other one.
I mean, maybe the fact that they haven't had to go to tribal, she's like, whatever, I can just
Yeah.
keep coasting, but it doesn't really make sense.
No.
There's also like nothing to do there. Like,
I know.
that's all I would be doing is trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
And then the final part from the preview is Sai. I forget who says it, but she's causing chaos. And we do see a scene of her like wiping her knife.
I know.
I guess on her,
Shorts.
or skirt. Yeah, whatever she's
She's
wearing.
just
Yeah, shirt.
stabbed a fish coming out of the
So
water.
I don't know. We could get some fun Sai stuff here. And
Yeah.
maybe we get the aftermath here of her and Cedric. Who knows? Anyway, who's going home is my point. Call your shot. You're the only one to get one right, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little worried for Bianca having talked that through a little bit more. Otherwise, Cedric maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if I buy this connection that he's making. I think they would still cut him if they needed to.
I will say, I feel good in Vula getting a win.
Next time.
I think
Dream?
the curse is going to be lifted. I just
right.
think they're going to.
Well, they got to move the poo.
Gotta move the poo, and then they'll be fine. So yeah, I think it's gonna be one of these other ones. My gut says we're getting the David and the girls are going to be going, and we're gonna get
Something there.
that's the Bianca one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, where maybe she lies. But
I mean, it's possible.
who goes home?
Star.
No, hold on,
figure
that's
that
not
out.
Bianca.
Oh, that's not
David is with
he's with
Eva,
Eva,
Star.
Charity,
Star, yeah.
Star.
Okay.
Put me down for Charity if that's the case.
Okay.
I'm one of Eva or Star would be my pick.
Ooh. We've gotten a lot of breadcrumbs from
A lot
that.
of crumbs.
Yeah. That's a good guess. All right. Well, you can vote for a couple people, so maybe put them both in there. Good luck to you out there. Before we go, hey, support the show. Get yourself a new No Buffs shirt designed by our very own Graphic Mark, helping us out there. I saw that he got his shirt. Some of those that took advantage of that discount code that we had early on.
That's great.
Good job.
They went out quick from Breaking Tea. They look great. So if you, tag us. We're on Instagram. Just search for No Buffs Pod on Instagram and let us know and show us you rocking those new No Buffs shirts. All right, we'll call it there. Fun episode. Great for your pick and Camilla. Great for your pick and Kyle. So who's your next new winner pick, I guess? Go ahead. Take somebody else. I got Joe.
It's hard.
So you got Joe. I don't want to double up because I did like what Camilla did.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was pretty impressive.
She looks strong.
I'll be a Mitch guy.
Ooh,
I'm
yeah.
a Mitch guy.
Mitch man.
I just love seeing this guy on TV.
Oh yeah,
I
same.
know.
And he's awesome at challenges. And he just seems very likable.
100%.
Yep.
PE coach.
I'm gonna,
Yeah, the people in this the live tribe were saying he's so good at challenges because he's doing stuff you do in PE all the time.
Yeah.
Great point.
Playing cornhole.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the one that
Not bad,
climbed up the thing.
He's very
Yeah,
physical.
The big cube. Yeah. All right, he's got Mitch. It's Mitch Madness. I do love that. I do love that.
I mean, we only got a couple of weeks left here in March, but
He'll probably go home right at the same week that the championship wraps up. All right, so hit the like button, subscribe, podcast listeners, 5-star ratings and reviews, and we will see you next week here on No Buffs. Till then, the tribe has spoken.